when I was in pharmacy school, pharmacy itself was still very much a male-dominated profession. So the number of female students was less. That, of course, would mean that you would have more male faculty in pharmacy schools than you would have women. Now, that has changed over the years. There are more women now, actually, in pharmacy schools than are men. But that didn't necessarily align with what was happening in pharmacy schools. Now, as of this year, there are probably about 50 female deans in 143 schools. So still a relatively smaller number in comparison to men. And I think what I've learned over the years is a couple things. One, particularly when you're at these national organizations where all the schools come together, you really have to be able to demonstrate your ability. And so I think that you have to work hard. But then you also need to find both men and women who will support what you do and what you're trying to accomplish. And being willing to speak up is important. I think a lot of times that, coupled with letting your work speak for itself and always acting with integrity, I think are the strategies that I've used over the course of the years to get to where I am now. I was very fortunate to have been president of the American Association of Colleges of Pharmacy, but we've had a handful of women presidents, but in over the 100 whatever years of history, that's still probably small relative to number of men. And then in particular for Asian women, that was also another barrier as well.
I think that the state of Maryland has made a great deal of progress, but I think there are still significant gaps for women. And I think those gaps are also identified in many ways by race and age. Clearly, as a Black woman, I would be remiss, I would say, in not identifying that's still a real issue for women and for Black women, and particularly the environment we're in, and this is 2025, the environment we're in about what opportunities will be available. Will there be more progress in our state? And with that, I would say that I think the journey both here in the state of Maryland, but I think this is also true nationally for women, that there is something called ageism. And so obviously as somebody that is advancing in age, that I recognize that that's a real thing and that women are not appreciated or valued. You can see men with gray hair in significant leadership positions in our state and our country. And it's not likely a woman with gray hair is going to be welcome at that table the same way. That's very real. But I think there are opportunities for women to be CEOs of major companies in the state of Maryland. And I would like to see more of that. I think that's a part of the journey. Being in the room, having a seat at the table is not enough. Head of the table is where I think we still have a ways to go.
Congratulations to the top 100 women, particularly on this 30th anniversary of this. It is a wonderful group. You will meet great people, great women that outside your discipline, which I think also will enhance your continuing development as a leader. So congratulations.